Alright. Alright, we are. Are we not? Here's the thing. I'll be brutally honest. I have just... Oh, my goodness. Therapeutic is what it is. I have been... all of this, alright? Just all of it. Remember the power bank circuit I've shown you from before? It's bent now. I've bent it completely. Well, to be more exact, this one integrated circuit here is what I've bent, but I've been pretty thorough burning wise, so I'm pretty certain the best I can do right now is just throw it away. I've ordered another too. It's a crying shame. Just for future, like just for everyone, when it says be careful, plus and minus on a circuit, do be careful with the plus and minus. I honestly wasn't expecting it to turn into this much of a smoke machine this quickly. It was impressive. I am so upset. That was the one time I wasn't actually recording because I was just testing the I was just testing power bank, and I would like to say that I was extremely careless or something, but I just straight up didn't see these ones don't have a plus and minus, and I plugged it in normally, but then the lights on the back didn't light up, so I was like, oh yeah, I must have plugged it in backwards then. I plugged it backwards and immediately smoke. Just immediately. It was a lot. But yeah, it's fine. It's the biggest issue is that I need to order some more. Anyway, I've been working on it. First things first, we'll have to replace the base plate, because obviously. I just made me realize last time that I'm wasting a lot of space on the sides, so it will probably just be way better to add some connectors on the sides so that we can attach more things. So what we'll need to do is we'll need to replace the base plate, and also I've been doing so much planning. First things first, Raspberry Pi Pico. Whilst Raspberry Pi 5 has to be powered by 5 volts and like 2 amperes, which means this kind of power bank will be perfect for it, because it gives 5 volts and 2 amperes on the side, which should be enough to power it. I don't feel comfortable with adding more things to the circuit, because I just worry that there will be straight up too many. So what I think I should do, since I have 3 1650s, what I should do is I should have a single power bank for the Raspberry Pi 5, and then I will have another independent power supply like this, which will be a single battery, and that will be 3 volts, 3.7. And that 3.7 we can use for stuff like Raspberry Pi 5, we can use it for all the different like peripheral devices, you know. That would be at least my idea. I think it's a pretty decent one. Hold on, let me just play some music for myself. What can I play that will just put me in the proper right move? I mean, to be fair, right now we are assembling, and there won't be all that much creative work to do, which means I probably could just do something manic. Maddening science. Still my sweet. So yeah, so what we're gonna start with is disassembling all of it and replacing the plate. I feel like that's a fair start. All this caliper. No gas profile. No, it doesn't hurt. It only helps me measure how much skin you have on the topmost layer of fat. But I won't make that incision till you're nice and numb. Oh, when laughing, guess can be so much fun. Please don't doubt my decision. This will be ooh, this will be ah, this will be absolutely wee. This will be nice, this will be neat and bring you closer to me. So don't you frown, don't you fret, I'm not gonna hurt you. Yet I just feel the need to be getting a little of you, a lot of bloodletting. I know the sensation you're probably dreading, but having you up will be... Ah, right. We can unplug it, I suppose. That's kind of why we spent so much time on it last stream, so that we could unplug it. Every single time, I don't trust myself though. I worry that every single time I'm gonna unplug it, it's gonna be the last time and it's not gonna work anymore. It's not even superstition at this point, this is just accurate. You know how buttons in general have like a rating of how many times you can click them before they're expected to not work anymore. That's what this feels like. Oh, arteries, so hold still while I remove them. No, and don't fight back. I think you find you're missing the point, like that. It's a nut out of you, this will be ooh, this will be ah, this will be absolutely wee, this will be nice, this will be neat, and bring you closer to me, so don't you scream, don't you fret, I'm not gonna hurt you yet, I just feel the need to be getting a little of you, a lot of bloodletting, and the sensation. There we go. Oh, another thing we'll need to think of then is power lines. Since the Raspberry power I would like to be independent, that makes it at least that much simpler, because that means we don't really need to, well, we don't really need to consider how they're gonna run, because we can just plug everything to the Raspberry whenever we need to. So for example, these lines eventually will need to separate off, because I would like to have multiple SPI devices, which, by the way, I'm not certain you can do. I haven't dealt with SPI much. I'm more of an I2C guy myself. I know that I2C has addresses, and I know that SPI has chip select. I just don't know how chip select works. It's honestly wildly confusing to me. Because chip select, I understand chip select when you have multiple devices that are the same kind. So for example, when you have stuff like the LEDs, right? In this case, chip select would make sense because we know which device is which chip. But how do we determine on SPI which chip is which? How do we determine what chip select should modify? That I just never looked into it. So that's something I will need to look into before realizing if we can plug in more SPI devices. And we would like to plug in more SPI devices, because I also ordered a screen with the power banks for free shipping, you know. And that screen also works via SPI. Where's my small dingus? Do I not have it? This table is a mess, honestly. Let me just hide this, hide this. It's gonna be so refreshing. Alright, there we go. Ah, fix it. I really hope this is the last time I take you apart. It's kind of fitting that I know you can't hear the music because, well, I can't play it. Ain't mine. But it's really fitting that I'm starting this with the Dismemberment song. I just, for those who know that song. I'm saying for those who, as if there's anyone watching. I know there's no one watching. It's just easier than recording. Whenever I record anything, it just clutters my entire drive. Now all my drives are full. It's much easier to stream than recap the streams if anything of note happens. Right. This we throw away. This is what we want. So first we're going to start with this. Desires have unraveled all my wires. No. Safekeeping. News reporters reported that all my organs were living on inside. Yeah. This in slightly, screw this in slightly. The corners would be much easier because that's what I'm also using for the stand. I'm using the screws on the corners, they're just really long. So I should probably screw them in first, and that would just give me the space. Soon appear, revered. This must be what love like. Dedication, digging from patience. I was in their minds. Do whatever I felt like. There we go. Brilliant. I'll take advantage of the fact that I already have the right thing here to screw all of it in. I'm happy for years and years and only friends, man. Few kids to madness. Predisposed to madness, who knows? I only want to have fun. Dun, the tiny little box that they make. Japan, and pretty soon it's gonna fit in your hand. There we go. Now all we need to do is just put all the corners in. And the plate will be replaced. That's why it was so important for me to add all these connectors right now. Because I don't know what's gonna go there. But the reason why I'm adding it right now because the more we add to the whole structure, the more difficult and annoying it will be to add it later. So I'm adding them right now just in case, and later on I'm just gonna engineer my way around them if they turn out to not be enough. And the B beats. Unless you cheat. Okay. There'll be more I would like to do today. Today is... It's really late where I live. But whatever, today. And that is... we'll plan the power, that'll be nice and obvious. But also, the screen I've ordered. I have an idea for what I'm gonna do with it. And that is, I won't use it for any display or anything. Like any display of information. Because, well, in order to connect to fix it properly, you're gonna use SSH anyway. So that's kind of pointless. I won't place too many buttons on it. Since, as I mentioned, kind of pointless. Just with this one, I want to go way more for... I don't want to add things which are sacrificing the utility of a design for the sake of sounding nice on paper. There we go. So, you know, basically making it way more inconvenient, making the design way worse just for the sake of making the design look nice on paper. The screen would be detrimental, it wouldn't be necessary if I was using it for display of information that you could just gather using SSH. However, I will still be adding fun things because after all, this is my pet project. This is what I do instead of therapy. So, sorry, I still got some of that toxic smoke in the back of my throat. Yeah, it burns. But, come on, screw it. So for the screen, what I'm gonna do instead is I'm just gonna make a cute face. Something like Taxi. You know, except on the screen and animated. And that's something you could also work on today. Which would be rather silly. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it. I imagine I will write taxi.exe. Well, it won't be .exe because it will be obviously on the next. It's gonna be just taxi. And what taxi will have is taxi will have an attached buffer to it. In which we're just going to have a screen. Oh, how are we gonna do it? We could do it with just zeros and ones, but character-wise it's gonna be inefficient. If we have red, green, blue also feels like a waste. To be fair, we could relatively easy modify it later. Yeah, that is true. I'm just having a little fun with the buffers in C, you know? I've never really used them. The file buffers are really fun. When you map a file as if it was memory. And then you just use it. As if you're using any other kind of pointer. It's really Well, for me, it's fun. Okay, there we go. Ah, beautiful. So now, what do? Well, we can attach the Pico right here. For some reason, I just feel like that's really nice because that still gives us access to the Ethernet, to all the USB connections on the Raspberry Pi, but we at least already establish where the Pico will lie. The reason why establishing where the Pico will lie would be important is because there will be a lot of things for which we don't want to utilize the pins from the Raspberry. The pins from the Raspberry will be mostly for like I2C, these sort of things. But there are a lot of things that won't be I2C, won't be SPI, won't be UART, and for those we would much rather use the pins from the Pico because they're just available. So for a prime example, once again, WS2812s. Jeez, that name will just stick with me to the rest of my life. But WS2812s, they require a tad more complex data than just on and off. You normally use NeoPixel for it. And in this case, it would be perfect because via UART we could send the data of what pixel, what color we want to the Pico, and Pico could then act as a smart multiplexer to send that data. And then if we want to plug these into power, we don't even need to plug into power by connecting it to the Pico. We can plug it by connecting it directly to the independent power supply. So we will have two power supplies. We would need to figure out where we're going to place the power supply, and I imagine the second layer actually will probably be the power management. So the first layer will just be the Raspberry Pi 5, and second layer will just be all the batteries. The Pico here being also, I actually just remembered, the whole reason why I started with this case is because the Raspberry does get a bit hot. Oh, where is it? Right now, right, I need it. I can't find it. Give me a second. It's somewhere in my drawer of oddities. No. There it is. I have this, which is just a brushless fan, brushless DC motor. 12 volts. Nah, mate, we're not doing 12 volts with you. You would have to be joshing. Is it the same standard? That would be very convenient. Ah, it is. Beautiful. Alright, well, we can empower it and see if it runs with 3 volts. You better. Better run with 3 volts, because otherwise I need to use a step-up converter, which no one wants to do. Step-up converters are famously yucky. I have some. Alright, we're gonna lower the voltage to 6 for now. Nothing. Shit. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Ah, you're actually 12. But you are cooling pretty well. In order to get this to be 12, we'd actually need to use... Oh, shit. I mean, fine, I guess. Fine. Placing it just like this is kind of pointless, though. Because that's not gonna cool anything. It's gonna cool a little bit, but I think ideally we like a radiator, which I also have somewhere. I just don't remember where I have it. Worst case scenario, once again, we can just always update it with a radiator. But like this, and then the second plane, yeah. Which we would like to point it though? Imagine this. Yeah. That's not bad. There are so many things to do with this. Honestly. I'm having fun. Can you believe it? Thought that wasn't allowed. Alright, fine. Let's get back to SolidWorks. We might as well start. There are a lot of things we need to start with. First things first. We could make a list of actually all the things. Like that's a good place to start. Temporary list, obviously, because we're not. I'll work on a more proper list in the future when it will actually become relevant. But what we want to do, what do we want to add in the immediate? Well, we have the power bank. The power bank power supply for the Raspberry Pi 5. We have the power cell for the peripherals, so let's call it PP. Oh, Raspberry power, peripheral power. Brilliant. And then in the future we could have PB, which will be power bank for these, depending on which one needs it. But these are the two ones. Then we would also have cooling. That's another thing we want to add. We want to add Raspberry Pi Pico peripheral device. That's another one. The status LEDs. That's another one. We have the... Oh, yeah, cheers, mate. I'm sorry, what was that? Yeah, rebuild, see if I can. This is what it looks like so far. It's gonna take a bit. Screen. Am I missing anything? Sound! Yeah, so this will be actually screen. And this will be sound. Anything else? Camera is a maybe, but we don't need to travel to sales with this for now. Okay, that's not as many things, that's good. There are obviously way more things I could add, but we don't want to go to the extreme. So in this case, I do believe we could start with this. And we could change it up then, and we'd like to change it up completely. Because the way we like to change it up... Oh yeah, complete overhaul. In this case, instead of a hexagon in the middle... Oh, we might actually be able to keep the hexagon, but the issue is that we need to... add the cooling. Shit. Now that's... epical. Yeah. Cooling. The brushless motor. We can just have 2 screws on each side, yeah. Something different than we start. What am I measuring didgeridoo? I'm such a mess with this. Oh, to be fair, I'm working on other things. In my defense. Okay, so the radius of the screw holes appears to be 4, and the distance between the edges of the holes appears to be 52, which means to it we add radius. No, radius is 2. Radius times 2, which means 56. So we do a square. This is what we need in order for it to be not parallel and equal. There we go, we have a square. We place directly in the middle. And then what we need is we need circles on the corners, right? Yeah, circles on the corners, and then we need these circles to be, well, effectively the same size as these. All of this we need to be for construction. And then, fun begins. Distance between the middles right here, if I'm not mistaken, and if I've done everything correctly, should be 56. I hope. I hope I've measured that correctly. Let me recheck. It does appear to be 52 plus 2 times 2, which should be 56. If I am not mistaken, once again, I could be mistaken, in which case this will all, well, fail miserably. And then, in order to have it be all nice and proper, we can increase the size right here, like this. Increase the size right here like this. These two we can all set to be equal. And now change one, the other changes, beautiful. Then we can have a line go from a tangent Come on. This perpendicular. This very obviously also perpendicular. Simple. Then all we need to do is just trim this one, trim these two. And that should work, I think. I hope. Let's see. Come on, deselect the thing. What's even the point of selecting the surface? What does it do? Genuinely curious. Oh, why did you delete? No, you went too far. Just this. Okay, yeah, that's something. That's a start, alright? But that's just the start, because we'll need more. We will need... Ideally also the same openings we have on the bottom layer. Yeah. I mean, first we should test if this is even good enough to attach the cooling. But, given how we're already here, we could test if it's also... We could also test the measurements for the single cell power and for the power bank. Yeah. There will be a lot more things we'll need to attach to the top. But I don't know how I'm gonna attach them, to be completely honest with you all. I imagine I'll just be detaching this quite often. Okay, so here's what we can change. First things first. We can change this, and we can remove all the hex openings. Yeah. Ignore error, it's fine. Oh yeah, because we can just delete it completely, that's right. Brilliant. Then we can remove all of these openings as well. We won't use them. Ah, I see. They were all set as equalities. Well, that is certainly upsetting. But it's fine. Okay, we do want to keep all of those. And then right here, this has to be a 4. Brilliant. I'm pretty certain we don't need these anymore either, because they were for the inner openings, which we're not utilizing. Okay, brilliant. Then what we would like to do is add the attachment for the battery, add the attachment for the battery, add the attachment for the power bank, and then add something more generalized for the step-up converters. Hi the guys, by the way.
Hello. Has anybody been watching this stream?
No.
I noticed chat is remarkably empty.
Yeah.
So who are you talking to?
Myself.
Brilliant.
I keep forgetting that it's weird to normal people. See, this is an example of me using normal when everyone is universally confused by the fact that I actively talk to no one.
Everyone, aka me specifically.
No, it was you, Macaroni, Black Thunder. I
mean, you aren't
Turtle
talking
was
to
once.
no one. Somebody's gonna watch this VOD, like, afterwards.
I don't think so.
You know?
But I mean, it's possible.
I think these VODs have views on them, so somebody has to be watching them, you know?
I don't think that's likely.
They have like 20, 15, 30 views on average, or the VODs. So I think, yeah,
But
somebody's
I think
watching the VODs.
30 views is from the live stream. Because when I
Well,
end the stream, the views are already there. That's just a sum of people who watch the stream.
oh.
That's
Okay, well,
exactly what
I can hit him on the Maybe somebody was, I don't know, can fucking check the graphs on the VOD.
I can check. Give me a sec.
Mm.
Let's see. Let's pick like live stream from, I don't know, 3 days ago maybe. Still play. Alright, 3 days ago was October 19th. No, it's private, this one. Okay, there we go. Analytics. Well, I'll be damned, it has 1 view 2 days ago. A total of 7 views. Brilliant. Okay. Powerful stuff.
For this one guy, I mean, you're talking to them, I guess.
If you are watching, I refuse to believe people watch these. I just genuinely refuse to. If you are, please let me know. Like, there are people who can help.
I mean, also, I can imagine the live streams on them may have probably more views. Like yeah,
No, the live streams on
but
the main
that's
obviously
probably
have more
because
likes.
the live stream in general had more views.
Yeah,
But
no,
yeah, you know.
no. When it comes to main channel streams, the people actually watch the VODs. Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
but this is not the main channel. Right, this is the 3.
Oh, the last VOD was very watchable, yeah. The Remco one.
How many views it has actually?
682 right now.
That's not bad live stream was. That's one of my better performing ones. In that case.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think it might be up to the fact that
It is the
yeah, the
6th most, well, 7th most popular live stream.
Mhm. Maybe not actually, never mind. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Length, it's absolutely top 1. Yeah, there's only one live stream which ever breached 1,000 views. That's brilliant. Was day 700. Well, no, that's not true. Day 500 also breached, but that one just lost media.
It was Minecraft. Oh, of course it was Minecraft.
Yeah.
That's why it had so many views.
How far down do I push it? Cause you pick a number between 10 and 30.
10, 30, 29.
Oh, that was gonna be way too far. Oh, that's gonna be way too far.
You want to pick me to pick more in the middle number?
Let's see. 20, 29. No, that's awful. That was no. I'm gonna do 10.
Okay. Why ask then?
I thought we would pick something reasonable.
Well, I
Okay.
was within the parameters of the request.
Yeah, no, your answer wasn't like incorrect rules based. It was more like incorrect later when the.
Oh my
Actually, check the
god.
results. Let's pick 15. That seems to be fine. All right.
You could just say me, okay, pick a fucking an average of 10 and fucking 30. That would have been 20, and then we would have been all happy.
No, why is it upside down? You.
Oh, look, there's a person.
Hi, the Cedrus. How you doing?
Cassie attract them all, huh?
That's gonna be watching right now. Yeah. 3.
There's been nobody here for 30 minutes, and the second I joined, there's another person. It's obviously all on me.
Can't argue. Can't argue with results. Oh, why are you not? Wait, hold on. Why is this not mated properly? What happened? Behave yourself. There we go. Nope. Alright, there we go. This would be the second layer. It is a bit on the thicker side, I do have to say. Unnecessary. But this, I would say, looks pretty decent, doesn't it? Like, if you just... It feels like it would give us enough space for the Raspberry Pi. Yeah, fine, let's try it.
So that's your middle layer.
That's the... Well, I don't know if it's middle, because middle assumes there will be a top layer.
Yes. Yeah.
So far, that's the only other one. What is this?
Okay, well.
15. Oh, why does this have to be a yucky number?
Yak number.
Ooh, in my Mad Science playlist, I completely forgotten I've added it, but the second last song is Nobody's Soldier by Hosier, and that is... Ooh, Past Make It has good taste. It's exactly what I needed at this moment.
Past Make It as opposed to Can't Make It.
Yeah, no, I
Or
divided
listens
it.
to more gay shit thanks to Cathy.
This is my bed. You told me I'm walking on water. It was a bit much. Oh no, that's because it's free. That makes sense.
All the highest used streams, except for like the Remco one, were around 700 mark. Like all of them.
Yeah, that's when I peaked. It's been a steady decline since then. Back then, Make It used to be good. What happened? Oh, piss! I forgot how much this part is gonna suck. Oh, damn it! There's gonna be a lot of yucky numbers here and a lot of different faces.
Why so?
And it's because it's just... That's because I would need to actually use the Pythagorean a whole bunch of times in order to figure out the exact dimensions, and I just can't...
And you hate Pythagorean.
No, I just can't give two shits, you know? I can't be bothered to.
Bro, I mean...
I'm just...
That's just on you. Pythagorean is like fucking trigonometry but easy and chill.
Yeah, but you need to figure out... Okay, let me draw you the shape. Let me draw you the shape that we're dealing with here. Actually, wait, do I need to? Or did I just align it perfectly? Oh, I don't think I'll need to, actually. Wait. I might not need to, never mind. Oh, please tell me Past Make It aligned it to the middle. Past Make It, please tell me you've aligned it to the middle. That would have been so much... would be so great. Oh, that doesn't look aligned to the middle. Oh, because you can't align to the middle, because you did it from the external side. Okay, so basically... Let me draw you the shape. Shape looks like this. The angle, alpha. This is pretty shite drawing, but I mean, fine, if I'm gonna give you a reference drawing, I might as well do it properly. Is there no tool for drawing straight lines here? Quite progressive.
There definitely is one. You're being a bit blind right now.
Oh, right here there's a line. Okay, that's we're right next to shapes. That's odd. Okay.
It is a shape.
Line.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So basically, no, this is white. No. Alright, there we go. This is x, right? And we need to find this distance right here. We need to find d.
D.
Oh, even more helpful actually. I think we also have the height because that's 4. Yeah. Which means we need to like, it just requires solving. It's so annoying because it's this. This is 90. Means d squared plus, for some reason I just need to do it with colors because otherwise my kindergarten brain cannot comprehend.
I feel like we did it before, and they did it incorrectly at least once before.
Yeah, I told you because
This
it's
exact fucking
yeah,
thing.
because it's annoying. That's the thing. This is 60. This is by 2, which means we could also pull that off, but it's gonna be more annoying. With a sign, I can already like semi-solve it. Would this height be the same as this? No, it wouldn't. It would just straight up no. Because the angle changes. Brilliant. Okay, what about d prim? Well, d prim would be this. Wait, would d prim be the same as x? It should be. This is
Yes.
rectangle. But I could just be fucking myself up by the drawing because this could just be a curve. It just could be curve instead of straight down line.
What would be curve? There's no curve.
Well, it could be like this, and I might just be fucking myself up the drawing. Let's see.
Well, you can see, but I don't think it's a curve. It's a straight line, no?
Because in that case, it effectively should mean that if we go in right here, if we go into the, like so, then the distance from the edge, which is already a yucky number. Why is it this? Why is it a bullshit number? Why does it always have to be a bullshit number? Make it, please. Set everything to integers. Then this same number should be what we need to input on the outer side right here, which means instead of it being aligned to the middle, outer side, so this would have to be 8.46410162, and same thing right here, outer side, so this 46 41 01 62. Well, let's see. No, that's slightly too far. Or is it? Mate. You can't mate. Okay. So it is not in fact equal. I measured the wrong distance. The distance is... I might have measured the wrong distance. Let's see. No, that is the outer line.
Did you?
We have the X.
Why won't they mate then?
Well, I'm guessing because 90-degree angle.
I'm not gonna do this. Likelihood of me fucking it up is fucking too big. I'm not gonna try.
What happens if I break the other mate and replace it with this one? Oh, because this... My goodness, Solid works. Solid doesn't. Honestly, Solid doesn't. There we go. Your mates... What? Why these broken? Oh, you are such a piece of shit. Pardon my French, but why would you? Made the same exact thing. Yes. Select them. What are you struggling with over there? Are these not aligned? They look pretty goddamn aligned to me. Oh, Spotify just randomly recommended me, and I know exactly what players to play. Hawaii Part 2 or Miracle Musical. That's a brilliant one. Okay. Concentric.
Okay.
Yes. There we go. Jeez, took long enough. This and this. Mate. Concentric, yes. Right, now what do we want to break? We want to break the top layer mates, so these two. Alright, let's make this one to this. Looks pretty aligned, but then the other one isn't. It's really close, but it's not quite. I have one line then. Is it because I did it from the inner side? No, that shouldn't matter. That distance is the same. That distance is the same throughout every layer. So how could it be off? Is this edge the same as this edge? Yes, it is. Okay. So why are you off then? No, the same exact value. Okay. And it is from the longer perpendicular side. It's the same problem as I always have. Why is this tosser not aligned? Why are you off?
What was the question last time?
The last, I don't remember. I never remember because every single time I just remake it from scratch and then it works on the second try. On the opposite side, it is actually proper. It's that one pissing side. On this side, it aligns perfectly. If it aligns on 3 out of... No, it doesn't lie. It aligns on the diagonals, which means... No, you are taking a piss.
Uh-oh.
Oh, indeed. Okay, no, this is good. I'll go the other side.
So is it the overpieces issue, not this thing?
Oh, no. You're taking a piss. You are taking an absolute piss, mate.
Oh.
That means I need to... That means
Oh,
I need to reprint the corners, because they just weren't aligned. They are just straight up wrong.
Well, shit.
And also, this is only the corner support F. The question remains which one of the... Because there are 3 different types of supports. Corner supports F are this one and this one, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Wait, no.
Oh, why did you make them different? Make it.
Because they have to be different, because the hole is asymmetric.
Oh, I see.
No, it's this one. Yeah, it's this one and this one. These are the Fs. So we need to... Obviously, it's the one I'm using, because that would be too easy.
Why are they called F?
Because they are corner supports flipped. After making the first one, I realized it's asymmetric and I needed to. So I just called the second one F. Support F1. There we go, export. Right.
You're not helping the acronym problem.
It's a suffix. Instead of adding a number, I do left, right, or F when I need to add it. The full name is corner horizontal support F1 or corner horizontal support F or corner horizontal support. The naming convention over there is pretty simple. Whenever I do a file, actually the name of the file describes exactly what it is. Okay, there we go. Slice, print, go off. There we go. Now if we get back to the full case. This aligns, this lines, they all align. Brilliant. So this is what the second layer will look like so far. Right here in the middle, I hope we will be able to attach the cooling fan. That shouldn't be a problem. Singular, that's good. Then all we need to do is this right here, which, well, it will be a fair bit more annoying. I could also do it the clever way, which means that right here, as I define the holes, I could just take this measurement, copy it, and then equations. Global variable dist from side. That way, if I ever need to change it, I can just do it like so. Not that I'm planning on changing it, but let's be real. There we go, and left 4. Brilliant. Hi the Bayonet, how you doing? How was the MRI? Boy, that's an awkward way to start a conversation, isn't it? What's going on? I'm working on a new gender. Okay, this does not have to be this long. This should suffice, and you once again the same thing. There we go. Then we go back. It seems attached.
Yippee!
Yippee indeed. Cooling could be just what I do next. The neat thing about, well, cooling will require a bit more electrical parts than electronic, because it will require a motor driver, it will require a step-up converter. I have both. I have plenty of both. But I've never used a step-up converter. Okay, I might have, but I don't remember.
Maybe it's the time.
Yeah, it's wacky because with the step-up converter, I need to find it first. I have a whole bunch of step-down converters and step-up converters, and they look the exact goddamn same. I think
Where's the step-on-me converter?
That's just you. That I don't have those. I think it went well. I won't know in the results till next week. Well, I'm gonna be crossing my fingers for you, Bayonet.
Yeah.
This could be a step-up converter.
Okay.
Or it could be a step-down converter. So it either does exactly what I want it to do, or it does the exact opposite. There, and this is the other circuit. One of those is a step-up
It could also be
converter.
the explode converter.
It could also be the self-destruct module, which explodes. Yeah, okay, but they have different names, so I can just look it up, and one of these will be a step-up converter, the other will be step-down. So first, let's have a peek and a gander at... Oops, that's not what I meant. LM2596. LM2596, because I'm guessing this will be the step-up. That's a step-down. Well, shit. The other one is... That's the exact opposite of what I need. The other one is XL6009. XL6009 E1. Sounds like as if someone's making up a name on the spot. Step up adjustable DC switching list. Yeah. So this one, effectively the way it works is on one side you plug in your power.
Well, maybe you just heard what you want to hear by a nerd.
I need to get better understanding the Polish accent. I heard working on a new gender. Yeah, no, you heard correctly. Don't Bayonet. I don't mean to be that guy. That's not the accent. You heard me right. I don't have that much of an accent. Anyway, you plug
Yeah,
in the
you
voltage.
them
You plug in the
little
voltage.
bit, but not much.
Plug in the voltage.
You also got better at it over time.
Fucking hell. You plug in the voltage,
I'm
you
sorry.
twist the screw. I'm fine. I'm okay. You plug in the voltage, you twist the screw, you get the output. Depending on how much you twist the screw, that's how much your voltage gets adjusted. That's the theory. I have not seen it in practice, which is why we're gonna test it out right now. No.
I didn't mean to talk over you 4 times in a row. I'm sorry.
Everything was quite good. Okay. Oh, it even has attachment. Oh, that's always. I love it when things have attachments because now you don't need to. Now I can just screw them in without too much BS. Okay, we'll try to step up 3. Oh, let me just turn on my power supply. We'll deal with maybe 500 milliamperes, and we'll try to step up 3 volts to 12. So we'll do 3.7, which is basically what our battery will be like. And then on the other side, I'm going to put my multimeter. Oh, well, ideally, like some cables. I forgot that college students at Ventragood wasn't brilliant content. I had to look up what 6-7 meant. What does 6-7 mean? I don't know what 6-7 means.
Oh.
Other than the numbers.
I don't really need much more about the numbers.
Nothing. Keep your secrets. Anyway, right now we're getting 25 volts. Holy shit, that thing is mighty. So this step-up converter is right now converting 3 volts. Not even heating up, but good. It's converting 3 volts to 25. If I twist this, however, okay, now it's 24, 23, 22. Okay, you can't really see it, but here's the multimeter. Oh, perfect angle. Look, as I twist it, the voltage is dropping. Isn't that quite something? All we need to do is just screw it down till it reaches 12, and then that will be a perfectly tuned step-up converter.
Meow.
Up. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but this bothers me that I cannot land it on exactly 12.
To make it machine.
The fuck I...
Oh,
You
but, you know.
fucking... I'm fine, I'm okay.
What?
It went from 1199 to 1201.
Yeah, I said you booked it and it fucking changed by 0.02 numbers.
Okay, to be fair at the same time, we could crank it up to a bit higher because I imagine the battery will drop again. Anyway, now we can just unplug it. That's fine. Also,
Imagine tomorrow's gonna be fucking 0.08 higher or some shit, you know?
yeah, worst case scenario, I'll just have to adjust on the spots. Make it. Could you not touch a circuit that's plugging the power? Thank you. I would really appreciate that. I do it all the time. I just don't.
Well,
Considering how much time I've spent, but I'm so upset, by the way, because I remember the power bank I was talking about earlier. It's burnt already. You can't see it all well, but right here the circuit is just completely fried.
I mean, you can't really sting yourself, like, you know, with your fucking circuit power, can you?
With a lamp
It's
power
not
supply,
bad
you
kind of power, right?
very much can. I have done it on multiple occasions.
Oh.
Yeah, the lamp power supply doesn't fuck about. But, oh no, let me see if I can focus on it.
Hmm.
Alright, there we go. Can you see right here, this sort of metallic dot on top of an integrated circuit?
There are many of them.
Yeah,
Which one?
right here, this metallic dot in the middle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's because it caught fire. It just set itself on fire.
So that's the installation being burned.
That's the whole thing melting. It was a
I
fire.
can imagine it doesn't work anymore.
Obviously, but what I cannot stress enough is basically what happens. I plugged in the batteries, but my batteries doesn't have a plus and minus on the sides, right? So I plugged it in. I saw that the lights weren't on, so I thought that I must have plugged them in wrong. So I took them out. I've plugged them in backwards, and it was incredible because instantly smoke, like instant. There wasn't a wait, no, instantly smoke. And then I turn it over and I just see this. Have you ever seen magnesium burn?
Was it magnesium inside? Oh.
I don't know if it was magnesium, but that's what the best thing I can compare it to. Magnesium burning. That's what the flame looked like. As someone who has burned a pretty solid amount of magnesium, as someone who has bought magnesium just to burn it, I can say that the best thing I can compare it to is magnesium burning.
Can we double check if they are made out of magnesium?
I don't think they are, but it was just metallic flame. They're made out of metal, and metals usually burn quite violently.
Hmm.
Alright. I really want to make a video on this, because everything here would be just so lovely to visualize. I really feel like I would have a field day visualizing all this, especially since I'm making it.
Can't wait to make another practical video with 0 views.
Work-life balance, alright? I either make videos as work or I make them as life. That's the division.
I mean, the new videos popping up, I can make 3 dog shit videos.
All of the... I either enjoy myself making a video or the video performs well. And the most recent ones were performing well. That's why I'm working on this right now. I have to detox. I can't take
Well,
it.
it's already better than the video a month ago.
People, like... I can make videos that perform well if I want to. It's just most of the time I don't want to because it's soulless and I hate it.
I'm sad that the Logic Gate video bombed. I fucking love that video so much.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I really like the
The
Logic
thing is,
Gate.
with computer science, not all that many people are interested in it. Which
And the
sucks.
battery too, like I really like the battery video too, but it also
The
bombed.
battery was supposed to be a first of a series where then I would talk about metallic bonding, I would talk about all those things, and it just... It bombed so much I don't want to do a series anymore. Oh, the battery series, if I'm not mistaken, that was the last series I did in my old... That was the last video I did in my old apartment. Because I specifically remember working on the corkscrew board in my old apartment. And I specifically remember uploading the video in my new apartment.
Okay.
I don't know why, it just triggered the memory in me. Anyway. Oh yeah, I really do want to work, and I feel like I might just work on the video for this in terms of as a hobby. I know it sounds dumb, but there is a genuine difference between doing something as a hobby and doing it for a job. I know that's cliche and such, but like it's a genuine psychological difference. I used to make videos for fun. It's wild to think. Like imagine if I don't even know what to compare it to. Imagine if I don't know, cleaning your room, if you retrospectively used to clean your room with the same feeling as playing video games. Like if cleaning your room used to give you that kind of joy. It's just... no. Fix it. The reason why I like this especially is because everything's so modular. I can just talk about one thing, be done with it, and then talk about the next thing. I don't need to go... I don't need to explain anything. I can just visualize to my heart's content. Yeah,
Make it.
Right?
every module video, actually the practice driver just fucking bombed.
I know. I told you I
Really
would be doing
badly.
this for fun, not for profit. I'm trying to have fun, Cutsy.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I really want to try to do well.
I know it's gonna
I'm
with the flame.
I'm perhaps the second most obsessed person about your fucking channel analytics than you.
Listen, with Remco videos, it's gonna pop up really well because they're all extremely clickbaity. The man will be literally talking
Ooh,
about
good,
quantum
good.
mechanics. I mean, come on. I can just title the video "A Man Talking About Quantum Mechanics" and people would fucking click on it because quantum mechanics in the name, which sucks because I mean, quantum mechanics in itself, the most interesting parts of quantum mechanics aren't quantum. The best ones to visualize and the most interesting aren't quantum, but fuck me, I guess.
Fuck you, I guess.
Society. Shut up. Okay, RFID. What is RFID? I'm actually having fun a little bit for a second because I really like to show off the inside of the card.
Oh, you're making taxi video. Let's go.
The taxi video. The thing that I ordered, by the way, because I've burned out the power bank, and I'm genuinely really upset about the fact that I burned it down. Where did I put it? Right here. I'm genuinely upset I burned down. I was so upset, in fact, that when I burned down, the first thing I did is I went online and I bought another two, because it's genuinely really neat circuit. It's not often that you get circuits this useful and this neatly done with like pin attachments on the sides and button control and USB ports and such. So I was really upset. But since I was getting free delivery, I also just like looked at the other things the shop was selling. It's shop I shop fairly often at. And another thing was selling was an tiny OLED display, but with color and like relatively high quality. So kind of like a typical shitty OLED displays that I've used before, but just slightly larger and high quality. You can think of it as like, well, you could blind me, like a just a tiny display. And what I'm
Can
gonna
you display Chrono 3 on it?
Well, what I'm gonna do, well, I was actually to this stream, I wanna work on it as well. On the front, I wanna put this display, and I want to basically make a program that would be like this face, but animated, and that would be Fixit. So, for example, when Fixit experience an error, then instead of 3 it will be a W, and the eyes will be like recross. When Fixit is
Actually, lucky we found that error.
I mean, yeah, basically different neural faces depending on what it does, and I genuinely really want to do it, and it's something I can do with C, and I'm just thrilled for it. I could work on it right now. It's just that
that would be legendary.
It would take such a shit ton of effort, genuinely shit ton of effort, because what I effectively need to do. It's tempting. Just I might, you know what we might do it right now. We're waiting. Okay, what I would effectively need to do is, I'm gonna get a bit technical. First, let's go over the technicalities and then the fun bits. I'm gonna skip over the technical because I understood that's not what you specifically Katsi would be most interested in. But I could have a file, just like the command buffer I just finished. The nice thing about doing these extremely technical things is because later on, when you need these technical things, you don't have to.
Okay, hold on. Okay, let me run a poll. Who wants Mikey to do this? Me. Okay, we have 100%. We can do it, I think.
Anyway, earlier on, I was also thinking about how I'm gonna record an explainer for Fixit, and the starting point. What even is Fixit? Like, if someone asks me what is Fixit, how would I answer? And the answer to the question is that Fixit, that's complicated because that's kind of like trying to explain to someone what's a computer when they don't know what a computer is. So if like I ask you to explain what a computer is, and if you imagine that I don't know what a computer is, how would you explain it? It's really difficult because computers can do so many things.
It's a machine that.
It's so difficult because computers can do so many things which we take for obvious, but those things are actually extremely vague and have a wide spread.
Well,
So
you just put it down to base.
if you think about it, like every single thing that makes computers useful also is dependent on computers existing. So the reason why computers are useful is because we have monitors, we have keyboards, we have speakers, we have microphones. But without computers themselves, all of those things would be useless. And so that's why it's difficult to explain what a computer does on its own, despite the fact that we all know what it does. And the same thing goes with Fixit. Well, Fixit on its own does nothing, but it makes like things around them useful. So for example, so what I want to do is you have this concept of a boilerplate. I don't know if you ever heard it. Boilerplate. Boilerplate, it basically refers to like the thing you need to do for something to work every single time, the boring stuff. So for example, if I want to hack an RFID card, right, if I want to hack it, then the hacking is the fun bit. But before you even get to the hacking, first you need to set up the chip, you need to get the right pins in order, you can get the right library, you need to do all of the boring required things to even begin the process. And Fixit would be kind of all of these boring things. And the whole reason why I went on this tangent is because so far I implemented a command buffer, which does, you can't do shit with, literally nothing. But because I already implemented it, based on it, this allows me to make another buffer, which this time would be the taxi buffer. And the taxi buffer would just be a whole bunch of characters, which would be either 0, 1, and R, G, B, and or an end line. That's all we're gonna do for now. And then out of it, I can make like a grid where each of these characters will represent a pixel. And then I can have another script which will just format this data from this buffer and send it directly onto the screen. And that's a really roundabout way of saying that right now, despite me not having that screen, I can still work on the screen because of my setup. Okay, that was the technical boring bit. It was exciting for me. I like this sort of shit. In the video, I'm gonna just milk it because
That's very nice.
But the more interesting bit is that what this effectively means is that we have a screen, right? We have a pixels. And here's the real question, Katsi. That question doesn't require consent. That's a genuine question. It's something that would be like meat and potatoes of the script. We have those pixels. How do we describe the face we want to describe? So I imagine, for example, for the eyes, the simplest one would be just we pick a point. Each pixel will have its own x and y coordinate for the sake of simplicity. So for the eyes, in order to draw a circle, we just pick a point, and if a pixel is...
As you say, we're running math on these, on coordinates.
Yes. So if we do x minus px, if I'm not mistaken, squared, plus minus py. I think this is the maths, if I'm not mistaken. What this effectively should do is it should just calculate the distance. This is based on Pythagoras as well. It should calculate the difference. If this distance is less than some kind of r we pick, this will just draw in a circle around our point that we pick. At least it should. And so if we want an eye, all we need to do is just do 2 of these for the eyes.
Yes.
But the issue is that this will only... The issue is that this will only work for eyes that are circles. And I don't want eyes that are just circles, because sometimes I would like eyes to be crosses, for example, or I would like eyes to be angi. And that's a complicated shape. And so there are 2 ways I can pull it off. Either I can already find some kind of pre-existing library, learn it, and then in it do more complicated graphics. Or I could actually do it myself and implement kind of like they made the original Doom, you know? So the upside is that if I do it myself, we could run Taxi on basically anything. We could run Taxi on a toaster easily. Since it will be in C, and since C can be compiled to a lot of things, I imagine we could run Taxi on any smart device with a screen. You could also run it without the screen, but obviously you want the screen for the thing. That's the upside. But it will be significantly more difficult.
So it can run in any resolution we want it to.
No, not in any resolution. It could run on anything. That's the more important fact. If
Yeah. But I was just thinking, how do we make it graphically look good?
Oh yeah, the graphically any resolution will work, because if all I need to do is normalize coordinates. So effectively, if I just divide the coordinates of each point by the total amount. But if divide the coordinates of each pixel by the total amount of pixels, then they will all be between 0 and 1, which means that then they will be normalized, so I can upscale or downscale as much as I want, and it won't affect the position of the points. The more complicated thing is that in this case we need to describe these complicated shapes, and those are way more difficult. I mean, fuck it, let's try it.
We're basically doing like vector graphics on this thing, no?
I mean, that's effectively what I would. Well, that's the problem, because with vector graphics, what you would normally have is you outline some kind of shape with a spline, and then this separates off what's inside the spline and what's outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that normally requires a graphics card, because from what I've seen, the only way to actually check is you pick a point in the middle, and then you run a ray from it, and if it crosses your line an odd amount of times, that means it's inside. If it crosses an even amount of times, that means outside.
Well, but that's if you have complicated shapes. We can do it fucking baby bitch fucking video game style and just split it to fucking triangles.
Doesn't
Damn,
help,
it's
because
much simpler, no?
maybe actually, because if I mean, okay, if we use straight lines first of all, that makes it easier, because then we can have it be a line, and it's a fair bit easier to figure out if something crosses a line than this if something crosses a curve. Because if something, oh, let me think about it. Oh, this is shite. This is awful. Because if we have an arbitrary line, how do I describe an arbitrary line? The way, okay, I can describe an arbitrary line by its starting point. It would be P0, P1. Line between them. Let's say that we have P0, P1, that defines a line. And let's now say that we have P, why not? Fuck it. PP.
PP, brilliant.
I know. Now, there are a fair bit of, how do we figure out, let's start it off simple. How do we figure out if PP is on the left or right of this line? Actually, left and right isn't exactly accurate. It's more like we should have.
We need developers right now, man.
If we're gonna, yeah, this is gonna be heavy because this is only one step.
We're back in fucking math class, and I did not do my homework, man. Fuck.
This will require a lot, actually a lot more than knowing math.
Like I should remember how to do this thing, but I.
You know what's funny, Katsi? When I was making my graphical engine, the last thing I was working on was implementing text, and I implemented text using pixels, so I just had pre-existing images of different letters, and then what I wanted to implement is I wanted to implement text based on vector graphics, and since I didn't want to look into any tutorials, I wanted to do it myself. That ended up being so difficult that I just abandoned the project. So what we're dealing with right now, what we're doing right now is basically. Yeah, what we're doing right now is basically what has defeated me when I was what caused me to end the graphical engine project. That's how bad it was. The recurring whiteboard I used to have in my videos, the text written on it was me trying to figure this out. But to be fair, then I was dealing with curves. Right now I'm not. It's that much easier. I use straight lines. This is fun because I could do a whole series on Fix It, where I just do it chunk by chunk. I just do it component by component, not to overwhelm anything, just for the shits and giggles, doing it for myself. And then the episode on this one will just be called taxi.exe. And the whole thumbnail will be just one massive taxi face.
I mean, that would attract some viewers, for sure.
That would be a video
All the fanboys would comment.
That would be a video I wouldn't be ashamed to post. Make it here, taxi. I hate that coined the term taxi. I was so happy with tac, and now it's a taxi. All right, let's crack this bitch wide open. What do we need first? Well, first, ideally we'd like the mapping script. I hope the mapping script will work on Windows. Okay, let's have test.c. Then we're gonna have render.py. And the only thing that this Python script will do is it will transform our generated output from the C file into an image. That's all we do. There's a piece of bananas. Okay, this will be exciting. My ear just started ringing like crazy. My own body is rejecting this. Okay, hold on. I first need to get the mapping. Oh, Danny finished printing. That's lovely. Okay, where is my showing? All right. So first things first. Let's start simple. Alright, there we go. This will be the Python sample code, and this will be the C sample code. This doesn't work on Windows? Well, that's why I have Linux on Windows. How convenient. Worry not. That's why I have Linux on Windows. Test C output test. Oh, you pissy little bugger. That shouldn't be a problem. Just cast it as a char pointer, you bloody prick. Oh, because stand. Oh, so I don't care about the exit. Get this over that. Oh, error checking. Oh no, well, error check. Para doesn't. You can tell when I get annoyed with a script because I just turn significantly more British. Fine. Don't para. See if I care. But do exit with one. You don't even need to exit, you can just return with one. Why do you need to. Whatever. As I mentioned, I don't care. You do what you will. There we go. Test. Now it should return with one. Echo this. Shit. I don't remember how to print return. PCC. Oh, you little prick. What are you typing away over there?
I'm looking.
Yeah, it failed. That makes sense because the file we wanted doesn't exist. So let's call it taxi buffer. And then the question is, we need to create that file with a set size. The size has to be constant. I suppose I can. I shouldn't. Oh, whatever. Taxi buffer, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Haha! Progress. You quite divine tonight. Taxi buffer. Yeah, I know right doesn't exist. brilliant. So you can write, you can read. Okay, progress. Now, let's start simple, which means Python generate an image. Oh, create an image. Pillow, you say? Okay, how do you edit pixels? Specific color. Okay, but how? Let's say hypothetically, crazy idea. I like to edit those pixels. Pillow edits image pixels. There we are. That's not what we want exactly. What we want is we want to create a new image. Yeah, we take that buffer. How convenient, we don't even need to deallocate it. That's splendid. Yeah, and then each... Let's do... yeah, with 400 height, 300 doesn't matter. So, 0, 0, like this. Not make only RGB. Sizable with height. Create an image. Okay, let's run it. No more jump. Okay, pip install pillow. There you are. Unbroken permissions. I don't give a fuck, baby girl. Let me do my thing. The show doesn't work. Of course it doesn't. I'm running it on WSL. Bah, why you have to be such a twat? Right, hold on.
There are always problems.
I've listened to the entire Hawaii playlist, so might as well go for Constant Companions Deluxe Edition.
Let's go.
Finally proper programming music.
And what music?
Oh, you like kissing boys, don't you? What about kissing men? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have this terminal, and then we're going to have this terminal. And what this terminal is going to do is it's going to run render. That's not attributes. Oh, you are. Huh? Haha! Correct. And Diet is also a good song. Jeez. It's a pretty good song. Okay, what happens if we don't write to it? Oh yeah,
most of them are good songs.
Because I make it also clear. Wait, do I have it in the...
It's almost like J page is goated with this sauce.
Let's not say that, gross. Disgusting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. There we go. This should be able to represent a 3D image. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to test. And right here, we're not going to be running Python, we're going to be running this. And test. Brilliant. And what we're going to do? Well, first things first. We're going to have for int I is equal to 0. Okay, we're gonna define as well. Define height as 400.
Are we still asking how to check if point is like in or outside the shape?
Well, right now I'm doing the bullshit required in order for us to get there. But yes, that's still.
Okay.
All I'm doing.
Well, I
right,
opened GeoGebra and dragged the points around until I figured it out.
Okay, that's a good start then.
Cool. I'll come back to you when you get to that point.
It will take a bit. Right now I'm doing the boring bullshit that's needed in order to actually get there.
Yeah, the boilerplate.
Yeah, wow, you're listening. I'm not used to people doing that. Usually people tune me out when I talk about common science. With if this, okay, that's what we want, and then oh no, we need the total index. I'm an idiot. Okay, int tot int is equal to 0, and what we do is we do I plus plus total index plus plus, and let's set it equal to 0 for now, and then this as end line, and then height. So let's do this as J, why not? This right here, if I haven't fucked up anything. Okay, not bad. The end lines aren't there, but obviously they aren't there. You twat. You haven't enclosed it properly. There we go. Ha! Progress. This feels correct. Okay. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is in render, I'm just going to take this buffer and for I in range width, for J in range height. How did you edit the image? Just out of curiosity. Already forgot. I wasn't taking it seriously. Okay, there we go. Put pixel. Coordinate. Okay, gotcha. So like this. Image, put pixel. Let's do. Def get pix value. Character. If char decode is equal to 0, then it will be elif char decode equals 1. For now, let's just do 0 and 1. 255. My goodness, Jamie really does just make it a lot. It's not quite there. Hold on.
Also has make it.
Let me see if. I think you make it much better. If I'm not mistaken. If I.
Oh, that you're right. Yeah. There is another.
Error value be 100, 100, 100, 255. That would be the error value. Now we do get pigs value, and right here we just input ij. Wait, is it ij or is it ji? Fuck if I know. I'm only making this code. How would I know? Wait, did I save it like an idiot? How am I saving this? Height With. So yeah, we're doing left to right. Okay, make it. Jeez, get your ass together. With like this. There we go. And then buffer. The image could be rotated if I fucked it up right now. So that whatever, doesn't matter. Buffer of specifically. Fuck. J plus I times width. Now if I run it, we should get a pitch black image. Okay, it doesn't have an attribute decode. Gotcha. Is it because it should be like this? Decode is equal to 0. Okay, that's because we're still decoding it. That makes sense. No, that makes sense because right here we are giving it. That's correct. I didn't have to do that. Fuck! Shit. Fuck. Okay, how bad is it? Print this. Let's see. 48. Fuck! Mm-hmm. Python converts number to ASCII. Char, gotcha. So this just has to be this. This should work. I didn't have to do that again. Whoops. What is your problem? This is your problem. Alright, there. No more problems. Run. Yeah! No. Yes? Yes! Yes! But fuck, that's not what we wanted. That's because, fuck! Oh, we didn't want the line. Those are the end lines.
Uh-oh.
The only reason why it's an because I will need to fucking figure out. I think it's right here is where the issue is. This should be height +1 effectively. And that should be fine. This now will increase the size of the file, which could be a problem, but that shouldn't cause a line. That should cause a memory leak and should crash my entire system. No, it would cause a line. No, it wouldn't. Yes, it would. Oh, yes, it would. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Because right here we need to do it as width +1. Okay.
Do you have to have like a limit of how much RAM at most the code can use?
Hold on, because I'm thinking about the things at the same time. Slow them down. Not really.
Okay, yeah,
The limit is my operating system. Windows can handle it.
Great.
In this case, we're missing a certain amount of characters.
So every time you fuck up a loop and have it like, I don't know, run forever, it can run breaks your shit.
Well, no, if it runs forever, depends on what happens inside the loop. I once did create a loop which which created windows. So on each iteration of the loop, it created a new window. That was rough. That was in fact rough. I did it in C. Python would be slower, but I did it in C with like relatively low level libraries, and so it opened a lot of them. I remember I had a huge time. I was with someone on Discord when I was doing it, and I remember I could hear them, but I had a really hard time stopping the program because, like, you know, disregard the slow. The windows were just in the fucking way. And later on, for the shits and giggles, I also made them appear in random places just to make this more fun. Okay, now it shouldn't be.
Oh my god.
Black image, that's correct. Okay, now let's try something simple. So this will fill it all with 0. Then, but we don't want it to fill in with 0. Instead, we would like a function. So let's do char determine color, which will take in, for the sake of simplicity, just x and y. Yeah. And for now, let's do if this, then we'll have return 1, which will be white, else return 0. Now let's do something simple, like x is greater than 50. Just to make sure that I don't fuck anything up. And in this case, we'll do this. Oh, and we can just plug in I and j. That's so convenient. Oh, I genuinely thought I would have to calculate it based on the total index, but I can just do this. I hope it's I and j and not j and I, because I could just be getting backwards. Let's see. Ha! Yes. This is what we want. Okay, good. Now let's try to do something. Okay, so right here with this if, we can determine if something should be bright or not bright. This is how we do it. Which means right now, what we do is, let's say if, I'm gonna trust myself that I remember it correctly, because I'm pretty certain it should be x minus 50, and this squared, so multiplied by itself, y minus 50 times this, and then the entire thing square root. Ah! Uh-oh. I don't remember how to square roots in C. Math.h. Oh jeez, I don't normally use math.h. That's for normies.
Yeah, we need to map the page probably for this one.
You just this SQRT, that's so convenient. That is so unbelievably convenient.
Yeah.
I never do mathematics.
It's almost like the libraries were made to be used by people.
Yeah, it's almost as if this language is made to be actually usable. I genuinely,
Yeah.
and I mean it when I say it, I do use C for fun and not to do anything useful. And in the past like week or two, I've started using it for actually useful things, and it's a wildly different experience. I used to just undefined differences. Like I used to, whenever I need to do something with, and whenever I had to do something with a string, I used to make these unreadable, confusing lines. But now I just don't. Now I just use the functions that exist for it. Okay, I don't mean to be the guy, but this is undefined reference to SQRT, which could be because I need to link it. Oh, they also give you time complexity, proper. This is pretty good complexity. It might be because I need to link it. What do I need to link exactly? Do I need to link math? Could go on a limb and just guess. Let's try it. Not find math. C math? Yols, I don't mean to be that guy, but I'm guessing I need to link something. Stand I could fall.
It's a good song, isn't it?
Not bad. It's growing on to me. M. Oh, piss off. Go. Okay, let's try it. Now what we should see is you see a circle. I am so good at what I do! Okay, good. So basically right now, here's what we have. For each pixel on the screen, that was honestly crazy quick. I don't mean to do my own horn here, but that was impressively quick what I just achieved. But basically, what we have right now is each pixel is described with an x and y coordinate, which for the sake of simplicity, let's just say is in between 0 and 1. Okay, my paint is just broken. My paint just frozen, isn't... Yeah, paint isn't responding, okay. Well, that could be because I have a VM running. Alright, so for the sake of simplicity, let's say that we have pixels. And each one of these pixels is described by... No, it's genuinely just broken. I cannot draw... I can only start drawing at the top. I cannot start drawing lower down. Okay, well I guess we won't be using paint.
How did you break paint?
I don't think I'm broke paint. I think my system is just losing it emotionally.
Oh.
It can also be SolidWorks, because SolidWorks is very glitchy when it comes to the way it's implemented. Like Windows are really wacky.
Okay.
Okay, let's try opening up paint again. What's the definition of insanity, by the way? Okay. Fuck it, we're gonna use the Discord whiteboard. Not to share anything, it's just that we're gonna use Discord whiteboard because paint isn't fucking working. Alright. So. No, that's the physics board. Math board smiley face. It's tempting to do it on the math board.
Why is this board?
Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it? Let's create new and let's call it taxi. Alright. So what we have right now is we have pixels. Each pixel will be described by an x and y coordinate, which once again, for the sake of simplicity, we'll just say is between 0 and 1. Because that will make this easier, because they will make it normalized. Now what we're ideally trying to do is, we're trying to draw a shape using an arbitrary amount of lines, where we can figure out if a pixel is inside of that shape or outside. Without the graphics card. So, for example, let's say that we have a shape, let's divide it even further. Let's draw like some kind of fairly relatively annoying shape, something like this. There we go. This kind of shape, right? Now let's say that we are this pixel right here. How do we figure out if it's inside the shape or if it's outside? Just based on the shape alone and the position of that pixel. I just realized I'm approaching it like I was doing it with a graphics card, because if we're doing it with a processor, then we can have the coordinates of all the other pixels as well, but fuck it, whatever, it doesn't matter. Normally, the way we would achieve this is we should align like rays. And the thing about these rays is that no matter where we shoot them, they will always pass through the shape an even amount of times.
Oh, you're right. Yes.
That means it's outside. Yeah, that's how it's traditionally done. If it's inside, that means odd. But this requires us to shoot the waves, which is pretty inefficient. Unless we're doing it with a graphics card once again, which we don't want to.
So why are the rays inefficient?
Well, the rays are inefficient because we need to shoot them in... Basically, unless we shoot them in a sufficiently large amount of directions, it will just be inaccurate. So we need to shoot it like, I don't know,
Is it just
100 directions.
you don't want to have like edge cases, do you?
It's actually way more annoying than it seems. Well, no, shooting the race on its own could be fine. Because what we could do...
Don't you have to make sure they hit the object? Is that the thing?
Do we need to... Wait. No. We can shoot them in one direction.
Well, yeah, you shoot them anywhere. Like, if it's an object, it has to hit the object.
Okay, that's good.
You know?
So problem number one fixed. Now it's time for problem number two. How do we check how many times it's hit the lines?
Well,
This one is a bitch.
you just run a equation for the line and for the other line and see if they intersect.
Okay, so we have P0,
No?
P1. Let's just say we pick this line right here, right? We have P0, we have P1. In order to find if this line will intersect, we can say that we shoot it to the left, and we want to find out if the line is on the right of this point, or the point is on the right. If the point is on the right of this line, that means the line will intersect. If it's on the left, that means it won't. You say you got something. What have you got?
Okay, well, I don't think I go to this point actually.
Okay, it's fine.
I don't know. I do some basic fucking maths, and I don't think that is probably not useful. So I'm gonna shut up.
Well, I'm gonna open up Desmos and I'm gonna figure it out this sucker.
Okay, well I'm gonna fucking show you what I got, and it's not a whole lot.
You change your mind pretty quickly.
Well, if you, it's fine. Meow. And I got this. Just fuck all. But I've done some looking into the lookage, I guess. I mean, I didn't actually Google anything. What I meant to. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. Whatever.
Well, don't say that. Don't play yourself down for no reason. Let's do P0. At least you gave me notation for the points. Well, I didn't have to look up. That's convenient. There we go. P1 is equal to whatever, 0, doesn't matter. And then what we'll have... We could do a linear equation for this.
Okay, then this is...
We could do a linear equation for this, but the problem with a linear equation for this is that that equation will not work if they're directly above each other. So instead we need some kind of generalized line equation.
What do you mean they won't work if they're above each other?
Well, ax plus b is equal to y won't work if the points are directly above each other, because then both of these points would have different y's for the same x, which is not something you can do with mathematics. Unless you make a generalized line equation that isn't a linear equation. Linear equation basically doesn't work when points are above each other. No polynomials work if the points are directly above each other, because the function does not work then. But if we define it using something that's not a polynomial, if we define it using something that's just something different, that depends on x and y. Okay, so in this case, we can start with x and y. That would be a starting point. We can take the endpoint, so we can do q endpoint. That's an x, make it, minus. Actually, first things first. What are we doing here? Let me just... I do it with black. Go. Much better. Alright, so now if we have some kind of completely normal shape on the draw, let's say
What would be defined as? x plus y plus a equals 0 though.
X plus y plus a equals 0. Hold on, let me see.
Yes.
So wait, x plus y plus a equals 0. What's x, y, and a in this case?
A is any number, x is the x number, y is the y number.
Well, this gives us just a single line.
Yes.
But that's...
Then you want a line.
Yeah, but I want a line that changes the angle. So basically what I want is I want a line between these 2 points. Okay.
Well, if you change the x and the y, you get an angle. So you like the 2x is a different angle.
Yeah, exactly, but we need to figure out how to get this angle based on points. Which is why I said that QE minus QB minus the beginning. This gives us the Q offset, the offset in Q. So if we have 2 points, right? Point 1, point 2. So point ending, point beginning. Then we get Q offset, and we get... Well, that's not exactly what the Q offset will look like. Q offset and Y offset. Now, based on the Q offset and Y offset, we can in fact get the slope. We need to avoid divisions in this case, because these can be 0. Which we very much do not want. So, if we take your equation, or more specifically Q plus Y equals 0, and then if we multiply it by the offset, so first things first, Q offset is equal to Px. Oh, this works, that's convenient. P0 P0x. I genuinely don't know if that works, sort of, I'm crazy. Does it give us an x? Minus P1x. Oh, you cheesy little pisses. Find it. This, we'll just do 1x P1y P0y. This is an incredible amount of effort for effectively just an OO face on top of my machine. But then this...
That is perfect.
This gives us the Y offset. There we go. And then if offset gets really large, yeah, we need to divide it by the offset, but we really don't want to divide it by the offset, because what if offset is 0?
What?
I'm just gonna take a wild guess and say that it's x divided by x offset and y divided by y offset. I'll be damned, I was actually wrong.
Does it work?
No, not even close. But even then, what do you actually have? Hold on, let me think. First of all, what we like to do... Okay, first things first. We shoot the ray to the left. If we shoot the ray to the left, that's easy, because all we need to do is we need to, first things first, find out if the position of the ray is in between these 2 points. If the position of the ray is between those 2 points, that means it will cross. That means... Wait a fucking second, yeah, hold on. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Yeah, if at least one of the points is on the left of... No, that would be too much of an approximation. Okay, this is... Oh, I almost got it. If both points are on the left of our point, All right. First things first. Let's define our shape. How about that? Let's define our shape for testing purposes. Let's say we're a triangle for the sake of fucking simplicity, if anything else.
Let's say we're a triangle. Is my favorite make it quote.
All right. Will be float pointer triangle. Oh, this brings me back to when I used to make the graphical engine, because this is exactly how it started. Like, you start with by making a pointer of all of the coordinates of the triangle. Oof.
And you try fucking smashing rock together until it works.
I think this is the notation.
No.
I might be fucking it up. Alright, let's say we have 0.5. What is x? So 0, then 0.5, then 1. And height will be 1, 0, 1. Will this even compile? Oh, it does! Cool. Okay, so these will be the coordinates. Now, back to the board. What this effectively will mean is we have our rectangle, right? This will mean a triangle that looks like this. Now, if we select some kind of point, all we need to do for that point to figure out if it's in the middle or not, we have these 2 points, right? And so if we have like a point right here, actually, this is simple. Because we shoot the ray to the left, I mean. And the nice thing is that we absolutely do not shoot the ray. This is just the way we're modeling this. We check if the height of the ray, if the y-coordinate of the ray is in between the coordinates of these 2 points. That means the ray will go through the line. Then, if these 2 points are on the left of our point, we're done. It must cross.
Yeah.
But what if one of our points is on the left and the other one isn't?
So if there's a both on the right, it can't cross. So that's already 2 cases out.
Yeah, if they're both on the right, can cross, that's 2 cases out. Yeah, but what about if one of the points is on the right, on the left? Then we get one of these 2 scenarios. And in order to figure out which scenario it's in, we need to... Oh, then we do the function. Holy shit! Oh, we're cooking. We are cooking with gas. We are cooking with absolute gasoline. Because now what we do is we do ax plus b equals y, right? And then we solve it.
Yes.
Oh, we're cooking with absolute gasoline. Ax plus b equals y, and in this case, p0x plus b equals p0y, and p1x plus b equals p1y. So what we do is we're cooking so hard right now. So this would be, all we do is v is equal to p0y minus a p0x, and then this we replace in this case, so plus p0x minus a 0x, that's y. Equal to p1y, and then in order to get the a out, we do 1y minus p0y divided by 0x p1x minus, that's equal to a. So that's our a. Yeah, which means a is equal to, so we do ax plus b, and then our a is equal to p division of p1y minus p0x y, and then p1x minus p0x, and then this is already one thing, correct? Yeah, and then the b is equal to p0y minus a p0x. There, this gives us a linear function, and then if instead of checking if it's equal to 0, which is what we're doing right, wait, no, we're not checking if it's equal to 0, checking if it's equal to y, instead of checking if it's equal to y, if we check if it's smaller than y, yeah, yes, if the lower point is on the left on the higher point, that means if we check if it's lower. If this is correct, but that's a lot of mathematics to implement in a single try. Okay, I feel like everything, because okay, so here's what we're gonna have. We're going to have char, check, shape, which will take in float,
I mean, it isn't complex math, so it should like run quickly, no?
It's not complex, but implementing it will be shape y, and then float point x, float point y. What do we need to do in order to, and then size of shape also, because this is up of arrays. Okay, so here's how it's going to function. The three cases we have. Okay, so first, first we need another fucking function, which is char check line. And what check line will be is it will be the exact same thing. The only difference is this. There we go. And then it will either return 1 or return 0. If it returns 0, that means no hit. If it returns 1, that means a hit. Oh, fuck me. Okay, what do we do? First, if we check... Shit. First what we do is we check if the point's on the correct height. Then we check if the point is... First we check the point is on the correct height. Then we check if both points are on the left. Then we check if the both points are on the right. If both points are... If it's on the correct height... Okay. If point y... This would be a knot. If the y coordinate of a point... Oh, but we need to know which line is higher, which one is smaller. No, it should be fine, I think. Also, right here we need... First... fuck! P0x... P0y... Fuck! This is awful. P1x... P1y. Okay. First, we need to figure out which point is higher than the other. Their higher is equal to... how do you do a ternary in C? I never remember. Damn it, I'm getting snackish out of all of this, but I've already eaten almost all of my junk food.
No. That's the worst. You just drink fucking water in this scenario, I guess. That's what I usually do.
Oh, I got some frozen fruits actually, because they were on
Oh.
discount. Yeah. condition.
Fruits are sluggish. Only minus they need to prepare them first. Can't just fucking eat them out of the bag.
I do.
I mean, you can.
I do eat them out of the bag most of the time.
Yeah, I feel like I realize I'm talking to fucking make it.
Yeah,
So
also,
eat behind
I
them.
eat them frozen out of the bag as well. Because I just can't be bothered.
You eat raw mushrooms.
They're good. Okay, so condition 0 higher. No, let's do 1 higher. What? So if P1y is greater than P0y, if it's flat, no,
Well,
if it's flat, then it will be
what
fine.
we get?
I should find this.
Okay.
If P0, if this is true, that means 1, otherwise it means 0. And this will tell us if 1 is higher. Okay, good. Now, this is so... Because then condition, so 1 higher. Oh, this is another song that has Make It in it. Honestly, Jamie loves me.
What song?
This is Cloud Drop.
Jamie loves me.
Yeah, clearly. Clearly. Okay, so if we want to pick the higher one, that means P1y, otherwise P0y. This one picks the values from the higher one. Good. And alternatively, we also have a version for x, which is just as simple. Okay, now, if not, so right here we say point y is in between them, and then we do a not on the whole thing. If it's a not, that means we just skip it, skip the entire thing. So if, and right here, so inside we need the logic of y is inside. So y is smaller than the higher y, and it's greater See what I'm saying? There's gonna be a lot of code that I won't be able to test throughout. I will just need to fucking wait till the end. If this happens, that means... Thank goodness I can test out the triangle. If I had to test out a genuine shape, that would be fucking genuinely impossible. If I can test out the triangle, I can actually bug it. So this right here will return 0 if it's not the right height. First condition. Then if it is on the right height, we keep going with the code. What do we check next? We check if both points are on the left. If P0x is smaller than point x and P1x is smaller than point x, then we just return the 1 because that means it must cross.
Yeah.
If they're both greater, however,
Return 0.
Return 0 because we know that means it cannot cross because it's on the left. It's on the right. Okay, now it's time for the third condition. Because if we got into this point, that means it's on the right height. One point is on the left, the other point is on the right. Then what we do is we do a a linear equation.
The funny part.
The funny part, yes. So, oh, fuck me.
Oh, when?
This is, I can manage because in this case, times x, that's times itself. Okay, a times point x plus b. Now a in this case will be equal to divide P1y minus P0y divided by P1x minus p0x. And in this case, we shouldn't even worry about this being a division by 0, because in order for this to be division by 0, like, if they were equal, one of these would execute. That's at least that much better. That's A, then plus B, where B is just P0Y minus fucking A! Okay, it's fine. No, I can just copy it. It's alright. Minus this times P0x. This right here is our linear equation. Then what we do is if 0.0 is lower than 0.1, fuck me.
You can get through it.
Yeah, I know.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Let's do it with nested ifs, because I want this to be at least kind of readable. If 0.0, that's how we know it's defeating me, because I want it to be readable. If this is smaller than P1y, that means we should do this. Is greater than y. And if that's
if
the
it's
case,
not readable, you can always leave comments.
turn 1. What kind of comment would help in this case? Now, this case return 1. If it's the other way, then we flip this. And then return 1. And at the end return 0. Okay. Now, what this should do is we should be able to give it 2 points, another point, and it should... Okay. Oh, fuck me. Let's just, for now, try it.
Right.
Just check line on its own.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is, in determined color, we're going to run check line. And instead of this, I'm going to comment out, actually, leave it for later, just in case we need to see if the thing itself works. We're going to... Oh, but int y and x, so we want this divided by width and this divided by height to normalize it. And then we give it some kind of P0. It's fine, you can put it up. Yeah, so we give it some kind of P. Let's say, I don't fucking know, 0.1, 0.2, 0.5, 0.7, and then we give it x and y. Okay, it didn't compile because of syntax error, that's fine. Where is the 23? Okay, there we go. Simple. It didn't compile because of the same exact problem, because I copied, that makes sense. It did compile. Now, time for the test! Fucking... I'm fine, it's fine, it's okay. It didn't work.
Chill. We get there.
The Teto Per song right now is playing, by the way, in case you're curious.
You mean machine love?
Yeah, it's a Teto Per song.
Okay.
I can't get it out of my head. In my head, it is the Teto Per song, and I can't get it out.
My name is Tetoper.
Yeah. Okay. If one executed... Oh, but the prints are gonna actually fuck me on this. Yeah, no, that's the bad idea. Let's instead return a character that will... Oh, that's a good idea. That's actually quite a clever idea. We're gonna return the character that just tells us on which line of the code
Yes.
it broke.
Yes, implement more debugging, yes.
Well, I need to, because otherwise... Fuck.
Well, I'm not like scrolling or anything.
Okay, so in this case, it failed on the 0th. First, second, third, and 4th. And in order to just make this a bit more funky, right here we can just add more colors. Does LF work in Python? Oh, the LF work. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, 0, 1, 2, 3, and let's just do 4. And let's just do I don't know, red. 0, 0, 0, and let's just do 0 like this. Okay, this should create like a map of. Does it? Oh, it just filled it with 2s. Ha! Okay, so the second is what executes. This right here. P0x is greater than point x, and P1x is greater than. Oh. Why? But why though? Oh, you fuckwit. I know why. Still filled with 2s. That wasn't why. I could have sworn that would be why. Oh fuck. Cast it as float. Do something. Do anything, I beg you. Because in this case, I know the reason why it breaks. It's just awful. It's because I'm passing in ints. Basically, the reason why is because if you divide an int to the point where it should be between 0 and 1, it would just be a 0. If you divide a float, that would be actually a floating point number. Which means what I need to do is I need to... At one point I want to cast a float. This, I suppose, is a float. Could I not? Oh, I could. Oh, that's funky. Oh, that's awful. I hate it, but at the same time, at least... Yes! That's not a character. That character... that says 0. Like a proper... Wait! Yes, it's a proper 0. It should be a proper 0. Because it ends with proper 0. Yes! Good! Good! Progress! Fuck me! Progress! Oh! Yes! Yes! Oh, this is gonna actually look...
Okay.
This is gonna look like something. Look. Oh! Fuck yeah! Oh! And I'm running, I keep on running like a chicken with its head. Oh no. This is good! You can see the line! I don't know when I'm supposed to stop. Oh my goodness, I got to say, Birdbrain is the song that roped me into this entire album, and it just picked the perfect time to play. Right here you can see the regions. So you can see the points that we didn't even consider because we knew they were too far to the left. The points that...
Yeah.
Oh, but this was one thing I don't like. All the points on the right are red, which they shouldn't be. Only the ones on the right height should be red, right? No, red is the first...
Isn't it like...
Oh no, I think it's just... Oh, this is wrong. Oh no, it's rotated. Oh yeah, no, it is just rotated. Well, that means I fucked up the image. Well, happens. It's not bad. I'll take a fucking rotated image. That's an easy fix.
Did you just flipped X and Y, did you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll fucking take that. That's fine.
Yeah.
This is brilliant because now we can just replace it back with the proper like binaries. Binaries, how fancy. And now what we can do is we can just implement the check shape. So, oh, this is so brilliant. But don't do this, please, because that's gonna mess with Python. Oh, beautiful. Yeah. I don't... This feels wrong.
Isn't the thing on the left supposed to be red?
I would imagine the entire rectangle on the right shouldn't be red. But that's fine, because what we can do is we can just, something I should do anyway, we can bring these back. Because what I want to do is I want to save this image.
Also, is it like a 1 pixel line between blue and red or black?
Isn't what?
There's like a 1 pixel of black between blue and red.
I'll check in a
Between cyan and
second.
red.
I'll check in a second, but that could be the case. Yeah.
Mm.
I told you, the way we're doing it, there are gonna be errors because we're just normally would compute a lot more lines.
Yeah, I mean, there's like some edge cases bullshit that we have to like deal with.
Yeah,
But,
if you do angled lines, the bullshit usually disappears because it's just way more unlikely.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're absolutely right.
I'm always right.
The research is done. And you know that's not because of me, right?
Where did I save it?
No.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I just saved the image in, and I don't know where I saved it.
Save it again, fucking check this time where it goes.
Project Taxi. No, this should be this folder where we are right now. Huh?
Oh. Refresh?
Refresh fucking what? What do you want me to refresh? My operating system?
I don't know.
Just doesn't fucking save. What's up with you?
Hmm.
Oh, this entire like PNG thing is a bit messed up. It gets a bit quirky. I can't zoom in on it.
It's quirky at night.
Yeah, this one is broken too. I can't zoom in either. Well, I guess what I can do is I can just have Pillow save the image instead of Pillow save image instead of just viewing it. Oh, it's just dot save. That's awfully convenient.
And copy, paste to Discord, save from Discord.
And let's save it as test 0.
Just put okay. Sure.
There we go. Now you can see that there is in fact a black line between them. Or it could be JPEG actually interpolating. Hold on. Just in case. Because those are colors on the
It
opposite.
could be that too.
Those are,
Oh, you're right.
those
Could be
are
that too.
on the opposite. Is it clever? Can I just say .png and can it figure out that I want the PNG? Oh, I think it is clever. It is clever. Oh! I don't like it when technology is trying to be clever, but it did save it as a PNG when I just called it a PNG. Oh. Oh well. Alright, test 1.
Is the line even there? Or is it still interpolating or some shit?
No, the line isn't there.
Does it look? Okay, no mind.
Yeah. Alright, so that's the thing. Now, let us have a think. What do we basically want from this image? We want only the light blue. That's the only thing we want. Now, what causes light blue to happen? Light blue is... I think it's 5, but now let's test it. Let's bring this up and see if it changes.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Yeah, it is the 5th one.
On the red, yeah.
So that means we want all of them to be actually 0, except the 5th one, which we want to be a 1. That's what we want. We want it to be a 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Now, if we change it, that the check line looks like this, run it, then if I run the Python script, then if we check the test, there we are. Okay, that's brilliant. So that's good. That tells us if this is already progress. It's crazy thing. This is really progress. Now, to determine
Wonderful.
color, what we're going to do instead is we're going to do check shape. Now, what check shape will do is we'll run for int I is equal to 0, I is smaller. This is the part I'm less worried about because we already got progress. Size of shape. I++, and then what do we do? Well, we int crosses is equal to 0, and then crosses plus equals check line. I suppose we should just test the check line some more before carrying on. Yeah, we should. Okay, x, y, x, y, x, y. So let's do, instead of having it this way, let's have it be a bit more funky. Like this, like this. That seems about right. Wait, no it fucking doesn't. Oh, no it fucking doesn't.
Why not?
It's on the other side, it shouldn't be on the other side. Because right now what we're fucking doing is we should be shooting the race down if it crosses the line. No, it's shooting the race up. If it crosses the line, that means it's on. But in this case, we're shooting it down. It's fine, we can just enable the colors again. Manually. Fuck. I'm just gonna leave the colors on. 2, 3, 4, 5. Where 60? Piss off, that's not okay. Oh, but we get the same line, so we want the new line. This time what we want is pink. Alright, which one is pink? Pink I imagine is the one before, yeah. So which means we want fuck. Oh, how did I mess it up? That's precisely why there are two ifs over there. How did I mess it up? Pink is this, which didn't happen at all before because this if wasn't correct. But now that it is, it does happen. And now that it is, I spent 2.5 hours on this shit. Now that it is correct. I think what we want instead. Wait. We want this to be correct, and we want the other one to be false. Did the third one print at all? Oh, third also returns pitch black. Well, that's awfully fucking helpful. Alright, let's do the previous one. What do you mean? 2 and 7. Yeah, okay, there we go. So now we... I think we want them both. I want to return a 1. That is the case. Okay, so we want purple. Or blue, but in this case we don't want blue, which means, oh fuck me, this should return a 1, this should return a 1, if this is the case. So this should return 1 if this, 1, else 0. This one 1, this one 0, this one 0, this one 0, this one 0. Oh, I messed up the 10 then, didn't I? Yeah, okay. Okay, yes, that's correct. Now let's do the check line on the other one to see if it's covered fully. 5. Brilliant. Okay, beautiful. This is rough. Okay. Now let's try to draw a fucking triangle. How about that? In order to determine it, then, in order to check the shape, we run over all of them and we just check the line for the points. In which case we have the shape of I, shape of I, shape of I, shape of I. Now in this case we have I plus 1, y, plus 1, and then we want plus 1 remainder of division that we divided by its size of shape. And then point x, point y, that's just point x and point y. And then we do this, and we just return crosses modulo 2. So if it's even, this returns a 0, that means it's outside. If it's odd, it returns a 1, that means inside. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do check shape, and we're going to plug in triangle x, triangle y, point x, point y, and 3. Please just fucking work. It ran, it didn't crash. This is... It's a triangle! That's already way better than I was expecting. That's not the triangle I wanted to do though, is it? Ah, fuck.
It's progress.
It's actually really good. This is the you can see the fucking triangle in there. This is brilliant. Okay, I'm going to guess then. Why is the triangle in the wrong place? If we take the J, it goes up to height. This should be in between 0 and 1.
Is the image fucking flip or something?
This really doesn't make much sense. It worries me.
Hmm.
Because it could mean that something with the lines fucked up as well.
Can try a different triangle.
I can't even try a rectangle if you want. Or even any arbitrary shape. Okay, let's... But I worry that it's not going to work. I worry. Right, let's draw a shape
Well,
like...
I got to try.
Like a diamond. And in this case, x on the 0 point, the last one could be the same, so let's do 0.5 0.5 xy. So let's do 0.25, 0.5, 0.75, 0.5, and then in this case we'll do 1, 0.5, 0, 0.5. Wait, no, this won't be, because they have to be offset. Yes, so this should be 0.5, this should be 1, this should be 0.5, this should be 0. And then all we need to do is just do a 4. Okay. My hopes aren't high. Yeah, exactly. Exactly what I was worried about. That's messed up. But what we can do, actually, is instead of returning the modulo, we can just return the total amount. And then we can just... How much is it? To 0.60. So we can do this, and then we can render, we can do it next image and see exactly what happens. I offset it by the wrong number. Oh, that's oct. Oh, I see. It should be 48. It's fine. It's okay. Damn it.
Why damn it?
This should be a diamond. That's why, damn it. And very clearly,
It is not a diamond.
green means even, red means odd. So these should be all the points that go through a line one time. These go twice, these go once. Okay. Back to the code, let's try the triangle again.
Yeah, but we already fucked up.
X should be 0, 0.5, and 1. And then right here we're going to have height 0.0, 1, 0.0. Alright, and then we do the 3. Run the sucker. It's 9. Now that makes sense problem wise. The reason why we got a tiny triangle over there is because this one doubled up. This is actually more like the triangle I was looking for. Is it? Hold on. It goes 0, 0. Then it goes 0, 0, 0, which I imagine will be right here. Then it goes to half, to go right here. And then right here. Yeah, I feel like our checkline script might be fucked as well. Okay, back to the very basics. How is it fucked? $1 billion question. Let's just do x is greater than. Let's do x is greater than 0.25 for now. And right here we're going to do temporary tests, so this will be temp. Oh, we get a. That's weird because it should be binary. It should be either 0 or 1. Ah! I see where I messed up. It is a 0 or 1. But our script doesn't work with 0 or 1s. Okay, that's correct. Yeah, no, the coordinates seem to be holding. If we do y, we should have a line right here, I imagine. Yeah. The coordinates are holding. Which means the line is fucked up. Okay. So let's draw a line and be specific this time. From, let's go straight across. 0, 0x. Yeah. 0, 0x, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1, 1. No, this is proper. This is proper good. Wait, but this selects all the things on the left of the line then. What if we reverse it? What if we do 1, 1? I'm sorry. It creates the same image. Oh, that's... no. Yes! Oh yeah, because I reversed like... yeah, no, that's creates the same image, yeah. What I meant was actually this. Okay. See, that's when the pickle happens. Because I'm pretty certain we should operate with left and right. But the first time we had an area on the left of our line, and right now we have an area on the right of our line. Fuck. Okay.
Why is that?
Brilliant question. Let's start with something simple. Let's cut it a bit. So let's do 0.75 and 25. Just have a smaller line. Oh, beautiful. No, it's on below the line. That is proper. That is... that's correct, damn it. Okay, and let's try it on the separate triangle. So we'll have triangle x0. Yeah. Yes. Okay, now let's do 1, 1. This should be the next wing. Yup. Now let's just do 2, 2, 0, 0. Ah, that's the problem. Right there. 2, 2, 0, 0 gives us nothing. Why does it now? should be 75, 25 to 25, 25. And like this, it should be a rectangle right now. Question is, where does it begin? So let's just return the check line. And let's get back to the check lines, do the same exact thing. 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's 5. Right, I forgot what the colors were. 5 was the last one, if I'm not mistaken. Which is just grossly incorrect, because right here we should have a dividing line. So that's working on the y coordinate. What is happening? Okay. So nothing. Oh, it's not higher because... Oh, I think these were supposed to be ours. I think I did ANDs on autopilot. I think these were supposed to be ours.
Oh.
No, I think the first one was supposed to be ours. It's funny because point, if not, it must have been or, but I just don't understand why point y is greater than. Fuck me, if that's... I'll be really upset. Fucking shit! Okay. Haha. Funny. Great joke. Truly and utterly hilarious. It was, the notation was off because order of operations basically doesn't matter. The point is,
Oh.
now we can start working because if one high, so if point is lower, if point is lower than the lower one, or if point is higher than the higher one, doesn't change much. Actually, it doesn't matter because it's a black line, yeah. Which is makes it because in this case, it should be. Oh wait, this shouldn't be knotted. Oh, but in that case, all of them are going to be black. Yeah. Yes, which is what not quite what we want. Why doing it on the y-axis? Why is this happening on the y-axis? Wait, hold on. I completely glossed over that fact. It should be happening on the y-axis. We set up the whole thing for x-axis.
Okay. So isn't there like a flip or some shit? Or the code goofed?
Something. Well, code is clearly fucking goofed. Let's not lie to ourselves. Some part of the code is clearly fucking goofed. Okay. In this case, we want yellow and red. Red, yellow, 1 or 3. This or this. That would make sense. Yeah. 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 I don't even know what to say here. The yellow or red. That's just correct. What about the next one? Actually, what are we doing backwards? First, I should probably check. Is it still going to be yellow and red? No, now it's fucking blue and red. That's fine because this would mean 1. It would mean 0. This one doesn't make much sense. I don't get why that one should be 0. Yeah, I don't get why this one should be 0, but I'm certain nothing bad will come of it. This should be 1, should be 1. This should be 0. Should be 0. Okay, so we have this. Now let's do 2, 2, 1, 1. Just see what it looks like. Now we don't want the yellow. Fucking, you are joshing me. Okay, so no. So yellow. Fuck. This if is garbage.
Can we just? Is it based because like one of the points is higher and the other one is lower?
Yeah, it is, but I just don't understand why my ifs aren't holding for it because that's specifically why I did.
So do we? Should we just fucking?
I specifically check which. I specifically check which point is higher, which point is lower, to avoid that problem.
Oh, we already do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, if 1 is higher, then let's do this, and else let's do this. How about that? Now we have. Well, fuck all. If not 1 is higher. Okay. Red or magenta appears to be 1, 1, 2, 2. Okay, yeah, you have so red or magenta. We can generate just all the images, I guess, and then just see how it operates. Test triangle 0. So first run this. There we go. Then test triangle 1. Test triangle 2.
You should add a comment next to each number to tell you which color it is.
How? If I want to add text to the image, I need to fucking implement text.
No, I mean in the code, so you don't have to fucking switch tabs and check the fucking code every time you have to fucking check it.
Yeah, but the cheat sheet is me checking the code.
Okay, whatever.
Magenta, red. This is incorrect. Oh fuck.
Okay.
Depends on fucking what. I don't understand why the if isn't. Okay. So we have the 0. In which case, step by step. This is the case 1, 1, 2, 2. So this to this. And we get magenta or we get red. Get 5 or red. Five or 1. That's something I should not open up. Oh damn it! I wanted to open up Notepad, but I wanted to open up Notepad, but I accidentally opened up Noita, the game. because it was just because
No,
it
that's
just,
funny.
apparently it comes up on my machine when I look up no. Oh no, my taskbar is fucked again.
Damn.
Oh, I cannot search on this taskbar. Well, that's fun. I guess I won't be able to show you them. Okay, 5 and test image 0. Okay, so 0 is 5 and 1. Those are the ones that want to be true. Then in 1, well, we get nothing. In 1, we get kind of 4, or just kind of. I know, in this case from 1, this case kind of 5. And once again, only kind of, because we don't actually want it. Okay, then in test triangle 2, we want yellow and red. We want 1, and also we want 3. Then in triangle 3, we want, once again, kind of blue and red this time. Okay, so red is always a given. Red is always a winner, which means up to this point the code works. Mwah, brilliant, perfect. We're practically one game. And then the fourth one is just correct, actually. Yeah, if we have a flat shape, it's not gonna do well in our engine, but hey.
Are we gonna have a flat shape?
I imagine. I'm just gonna avoid it. That doesn't matter. Okay, the point is.
What do you mean we're gonna have a flat shape?
Well, because if we have a flat shape, then everything to the right on the flat shape will think that's inside the shape. 1, 1, 2, 2.
What I'm asking, what is a flat shape? I think.
A flat line. This is exactly the problem I mentioned with linear equations.
So yeah, if your point is exactly on the line.
Yep. This right here is fucked up when it goes 2 to 1. When it goes 2 to 1, what is it? 0.75, 75. It goes this one to this one. This to this fucks it up.
Yeah, we can just avoid flat line. It's fine.
This fucks it up. Why? Because of this. Ah, that was. Wait, that's it? How does it work now? Oh, because I remove. Well, that would mean that one height is just wrong. Oh wait, what does this mean? Ah, my brain. That means that this is messing it up, actually. It would mean that we need to comment all of this out, right? Okay, we're getting somewhere. Now, if we do the same exact thing but backwards, what do we get? We get the same exact thing. I don't know why this works.
Maybe math is just awesome.
No, this is bad because fuck. That's why. Okay, yeah. In this case, let's just. Good. Now let's do it backwards. No, you fucking idiot. Does this just have to be 0? It depends on the fucking px differences, I guess. Oh wait, should it depend on px differences? Oh, it might depend on px differences, no py. Oh, that could be actually why. That could genuinely be why. In this case, it should be p0x if that is smaller than p1x. Okay, yellow and red. It all skips it. Oh, because the else could be messed up. Yeah, no, that's correct. Okay. Still a lot of mental effort. Why you have to flip? Why you have to flip? Why? I specifically have that if in there so that you wouldn't fucking flip!
Real?
What if we do? What if we flip those instead? What if we kept this the same, but flipped values? I flipped it for the wrong thing. Wait, no, never mind. It doesn't matter which ones we flip it for. Okay, that's true. Okay. Fucking! It's fine. It's okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. It's
Meow.
nested if. I can manage. Nested if. P0y is smaller than P0y, P1y. And then else, if it isn't, then we want the same thing. Except split, I think? I don't know. I didn't do anything, okay. Greater? Oh, I think I might have cracked it. Why the fuck is she not changing actually? No. Like, do it backwards? Okay. Oh! Please fucking work now. You fuck! I'm fine. I'm okay. Okay. Let's get back to the very basics. Let's remove all of this shit.
Yeah.
Back to the very basic. The only problem we have is with this line right here. If we nail this line, we're done. Because black is 0, that's correct. Then red is 1, that's correct. Green is 0, that's correct. This is the only thing we're struggling with.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't why this. Yeah, and as it swings. So as x swings to the other side, we want to turn it into greater instead of lesser. Or as this swings lower. Okay. This is our default state. This we want if P0x is lower than P1x and P0x, no, piss off, P0y is lower than P1y. First case. I don't remember if elif is a thing and it's not else if. Okay. And here, return 3. Alright. Then if P1 if this is higher, but the other one is still lower, then all of a sudden we want the same thing, but with this one being greater. Okay, then the next one is if both these are greater, then we just do the original if. I'm going mental. And then if one last, which is this, and this one. Right, I swear, if not this, I'm going to be. Why are you all blue? All of you are blue! Why? Why did all of it turn to blue? Did I do it backwards? I might have done it backwards. I don't think I've done it backwards, but
they are all free, no? Just blue.
no. Blue is 5.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Maybe it's the nested fucking ifs. Maybe that's what does it. Well, the likeness is the else if. Maybe else if has a different notation. I don't fucking know. Let's see. Oh, isn't it? Okay, good. That's great. That's fine. Okay, that's alright. Okay, alright. So maybe it is blue. No, it's 5. Okay. Well, none of these execute. Why did none of these execute?
Pure. Hmm.
Should be out. Just try the next example, see if that changes anything. Let's change something. Wow, brilliant. Let's fucking try it. 1 to 2. This to this. Y is higher on the 0th point, but X is lower. Oh my goodness, because right here this is flipped. Okay, that's good. Now let's do this. This didn't change. Oh, I just want another song with Make It in it. People posture play pretend. Okay, this is correct. Now let's try this one.
It's a good song.
Wait, is this correct? Is the blue one? Okay. Oh! Oh! Fucking shit! You fucking better! Why? Oh no, that makes sense. Never mind. No. This is fine. This is fine. This makes sense because it should be 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Because you're aggressive, that's okay. Modulo 2. You piece of shit. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Hey, I'm okay. Alright, let's try each line separately. Wait, that's 4. It should be 3. Okay, it's fine, I'm doing so fine. Check line, yeah, let's check the line. Let's first do 0, 0. 1, 1, how about that, eh? That is correct. Let's now do 1, 1, 2, 2. That's also correct. Now let's try 2, 2, 0, 0. That is once again correct! Which means that if we take this... I'm so okay, I'm so fine. So fine. Should it be a not?
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
No, it's fine. It's okay, Kazu. It's comical. It's a comical situation we're having. Triangle X. Yes, fucking Triangle X. Oh my goodness, because this is fucking idiotic, that's why. Who programmed this? What idiot wrote it down? Fucking shit, there it is. There, I am fine, I'm okay, I'm great, I'm brilliant. This, I swear. Who fucking programmed this? I could have given this computer to my cat and it would have done a better job and it's fucking dead! Okay, now if we do this. Oh, my neighbors must love me right now with the yelling. 4, this, fucking diamond! Yes! That's what we wanted! We have created... Oh my goodness! Gracious me! Oh! Okay. Fucking shit, it's been 3.5 hours. Okay. What we've done right now is we've created a system in which we can have a shape and we can check if something is inside that shape.
Let's go.
Okay, let me try to draw a shape. Something complicated this time. Something really complicated. Okay, I'm entering my mind palace. And something really complicated just to test it. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind because it's not gonna work. Even though it should. The mathematics make sense. So it very much should. We're gonna get artifact. I don't give a shit about artifacts at this point. Let's do, hold on. 0.1, 0.2, 0.5. Why not? So let's do, it's gonna be really complicated. 0.1, 0.2, 0.5, 0.8, 0.9, this, 0.9, 0. Not 5, only 6, 0.8, no, 0.9. This should be, yeah, it should be 0. Wait, 1, 2. Nine, 0.9, 0.8, then 0.5, 0.2, 0.1, 0.1, 0.4, 0, and then it loops back. Cassie, can you guess what shape I'm drawing?
No! How on earth would I...
Okay, it's gonna be 0.9, 0.9, 0.6, 0.9, 0.9.
Are you making column 3?
0.8. Fuck no, that's way too complicated. 0.5.
Are you making a date?
0. That's also way too complicated. 0.2, 0.1, 0.1, 0.4, then 0.1, 0.1, 0.2, 0.5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 points. Does that sound right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, it should be 16. 6, 7, 8. It only counts 15. No, damn it. Oh no, because it should return. Yeah, that's because I'm an idiot. This should be 0.1 and this should be 0.8. Oh, sorry, there is a notation error? 1966? Why? Oh yeah, because this has to return the 1. Now let's see. First of all, I'm gonna test if the script works, because this is quite a complicated shape. Second of all, if I manage to describe that shape just by you know, spitballing it, that's also incredibly impressive. Not bad! Yes, I was doing an X.
Oh.
Why is it so slightly messed up at the end? Oh, because I did 15,
Kind of fucked up
that's
the
why.
code.
That's why, because I did 15, yeah. It was meant to be 16. There we go, you fucking... Oh, beautiful bastard.
Lovely.
Fuck me. This was a lot. This I'm gonna make a video on it because this has took a lot out of me. And I gotta say, this is the best live stream I've had on this channel. I feel confident saying that. This is the best live stream I've ever... I'm going to change the name of the stream to "This is the best live stream I've had on this channel." Just to remind myself when I'm working on the video.
You mean on Make It Research channel?
Yeah. Not in general, it doesn't be crazy, right? Fucking live stream number day 500 lasted the whole day. 21 hours, I think. So, you know,
Okay.
But I mean it. On this channel, it is the best. It's gonna take some beating. This is
Okay.
like the most fun I've had in a while. Oh, this was good. And it worked. It fucking worked at the end. This is good.
I mean, you sound very angry, but I guess that's the way you have fun. That's the way you fucking League players have fun.
I'm never angry. I'm funny and not angry. There's a difference. Okay, this is good. Now the nice thing is that as long as what I can do is I can do like a. This will require a bit more prep, but basically, what this does is it writes it into a buffer, right? Okay, we're back to technical stuff now. Basically, what it does is it creates the image and it writes it into a buffer, which is effectively a file. The reason why I call it a buffer and not a file is because it's set up in a way that it's meant to be written to and read from quickly. So I can have the first program, which will be the taxi. I'm gonna have it right into the buffer what taxi looks like, and then I'm gonna have another program which will just be something like screen.python. It will probably be in Python for the sake of simplicity. I'm gonna have it take that and then right away send it to the screen. And that way I can have it be animated in real time. And since we did the code in taxi based on shapes with a certain amount of points, that means all we need to do is just animate these points. And even better, I'm pretty certain that I can export vector graphics into a format that will be able to read, which means I could actually export animations. Fuck, or I could at the very least save animations, which is also something.
Fuck. Can you make it when you run on it?
I'm gonna make it. I told you, taxi.exe will be a video. That's a video I'm going to make at this point. I spent way too much time on this. It's a lot. I'm having fun.
It's a wonderful journey too.
I'm having fun.
I believe you.
Okay, but I'm exhausted now. I'm gonna go. It's been 3.5 hours, and it feels
That's
like a lot.
fair.
It's been.
This is a good note to end on.
This is one of the best live streams, and no one was here to witness it. And you know what? I like that.
Yeah, nobody was here. It's the funniest part.
The entire time I'm listening to Vocaloid music because I started the Constant Companions album right as I got into the actual weeds of computer science, and I was too much in the zone to even notice. And this entire time I just had like dozens of different Vocaloids. Mochi Mochi, are you familiar with this song? I just want you to know that this is what the icon looks like, or the picture of it, and subliminal messaging. Anyway, I'm going to sleep. Probably, I don't know. Hopefully. And for now, that'll be it. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.